Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. We are still getting a lot of snow here in Oregon, and I am still spending days shoveling my driveway and the sidewalks, and I also helped another friend of mine, shovel her driveway and sidewalks, and now I got blisters on my hands, so that's no fun feeling. And it's making it hard for me to work out because all that extra work that I've been putting on my body has just been like giving me that achy feeling, and I got to take it easy, but it's not easy for me to do that because I enjoy working out. It's just a good productive activity. Aside from all that, the reason why I wanted to come on here today is because there is a lot of discrimination towards people with autism, and the two primary reasons as to why there is discrimination towards autistic people is ignorance and stereotypes. And so I wanted to come on here to talk about ways how we can further prevent discrimination towards autism. So the first step to preventing discrimination towards autistic people is for people themselves to understand what autism really is. There are so many arguments as to whether or not autism is a disability, but here is how I simply define autism. Let's say that you're trying to play basketball and you have a broken leg. Is it going to be possible for you to play basketball while you have a broken leg? It's going to be really challenging, and here's why. Because you have to run down and back on the court several times at a very fast pace, trying to keep up with the offensive team and be on defense. You have to move around the court so many times as you're passing and shooting the ball or catching the ball or stopping the player from making the basket. You have to jump so many times when you're shooting or trying to stop a ball from being shot. You have to have your feet planted as you're guarding your opponent. Doing all that with a broken leg is going to be easier said than done. I've seen some people have injured legs and then just tough it out throughout the game, but it's usually not a good idea to do so. That's very similar to how autistic people function. They have a condition that tampers with their ability to communicate, to understand things, and to socialize. And there's not just one degree of autism, it's a whole wide range of a spectrum. Now, going back to my analogy about playing basketball with a broken leg. Lots of people have broken legs, but they are all at a different severity level. Some people have a broken leg where they can put weight on it or use crutches. Other people cannot even stand up and have to move around in a wheelchair. Just like how there are low-functioning autistic people that cannot speak, or high-functioning autistic people that are slowly learning to be independent. So it's important for people to understand that there are no two autistic people that are the same exact person. The differences between each and every autistic individual are significant. The second step to preventing discrimination towards autism is educating people on autism itself. Most people are not familiar with autism until somebody with autism enters their life. It could be a parent who just found out that their child has been diagnosed with autism, or it can be a general education setting where an autistic student just enrolled into their institution, or it can be an employer that just recently hired an autistic individual. Oftentimes, when an employer finds out that one of their applicants has autism, they become very skeptical of hiring them because they think that just because they have autism, that means they're going to be trouble. But that's not always the case. Or if a parent recently receives a diagnosis of their child having autism, they go through a grieving stage. School settings are sometimes not prepared to deal with a student that is so diverse from their typical students. That's why knowledge about autism has to be made public. Public knowledge of autism will help families, schools, and employers be more prepared to handle autistic individuals that enter their circle. The third is to remove stereotypes. And what I mean by stereotypes are beliefs that people have about a specific something. There are so many shows that are influencing people to have a specific belief about autism, like Rain Man, for instance. The character Raymond is a math whiz, and people automatically assume that because he's autistic and a math whiz, that all autistic people are going to be math whizzes. But that isn't the case at all. Just like I said earlier, there are no two autistic people that are the same exact person. In order to defeat discrimination against autism, we need to reach out to all the stakeholders. And what I mean by stakeholders are people that will take an interest in the subject and are willing to lend a hand. Autistic individuals need people to advocate for them. They need them to help them get the message across. They need an advocate to vouch for them. I have been in so many situations where I've tried to explain to teachers and to supervisors about how my disability affects me in certain situations, and they are usually ignorant or dismissive, and they always cut me off or interrupt me and not allow me to finish. It isn't easy for autistic people to advocate for themselves because of ignorance and their inexperience with dealing with confrontations. That's why others need to step in. Thank you all so much for taking the time to watch this video. I hope that as I continue to make these videos, I am doing a better job of getting the message across to others and raising more awareness about autism. So, if you definitely like this video, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Leave a comment in the comment section below if you have any input that you want to chime in or anything that you want to see from me. And please definitely don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more content. And I'll see you all next time.